Welcome back to the channel. If you're listening to this, you are watching Journey with Us, a digital nomadic family of 7 in Tanzania. And today, the content that I'm taking you on is going to be a bit different. We're talking about motherhood in Africa and a few lessons that I've learned as a mom of 5 in East Africa. The first lesson is that rest is essential. So we know that with the Most High, He created the 7 day week, right? And on the seventh day, he rested. And a lot of times, as African moms, as Black moms, we're like, we always have to go, we always have to be doing something. And we allow ourselves to become too stressed out. Also, with just our history and everything like that, with the slave days, we were just always going. And so it's been embedded in our DNA to just keep going, 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 not realizing that we actually have to rest to even be able to take care of our children properly, right? To even be able to serve our households and to serve our husbands. Rest is essential. So this is your reminder to take it easy. Remember, in the Bible, Yahusha says that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. And so if you're encountering anything right now in your motherhood journey, it may be maybe your in-laws or maybe some spiritual leaders in your community or your church, whatever, that's putting pressure on you as a mom, take it easy and remember Yahusha's words, because the Most High he says he's a mother and father to the fatherless, right? And so he's the first one that can teach us how to be good parents and how to be good mothers, because those are his attributes, that he is a provider, that he cares for his people, that he loves them. And so just take a deep breath and believe in yourself, believe in the Most High, be graceful with yourself. Do not put too much pressure on yourself, because you can know for a surety whatever things that you're embedding in yourself, you will embed in your children. And so if that's pressure and if that's stress and if that's, all of these different forms of mental captivity that you're pressuring yourself, you're going to exude that into your children also. And then that leads to discouragement, and it leads to just frustration, and it leads to the fruits that are not of the Most High Spirit, right? It leads to fruits that are of the devil, because there's no lukewarm, there's no gray area. It's white or black. It's either you're with the Most High or against him. It's either you're having the fruits of his spirit, which is grace, kindness, love, tenderness, right? We even see in Deuteronomy, and I forget the exact verse, I think it's actually in 28, where it says the wife that was tender among you would swallow up the children. And so you just want to remember tenderness. First, be tender to yourself so that you can learn tenderness, because the Most High perfects all things, right? Because we know that he says that he is love. Like, that's it. He is love. And so if you perfect yourself in his love through his spirit, you're going to have that for your children. You're going to have that for your family, and you're going to see beautiful fruits. As I'm reflecting on my time here in Tanzania and just being able to slow down, like really slow down and realize a lot of the things that I thought about motherhood, a lot of the things I've been taught, a lot of the things that Western society would have us to teach, that they need to be in every activity. They need to go and do an activity here and then go do an activity there and then have them do this and then have them do that, and then push all these rules and regulations on them that are just ridiculous, when they can just be free spirits. Like African kids here, they're just free. They're just chilling. They don't have all these extra things they have to do. The mothers, they're free. They're enjoying their time. They're joyful. They're not rushing through the things they have to do. They're not rushing through dinner, rushing through breakfast, rushing through playing with the children and teaching them, rushing through life. They're not rushing. They're slowing down. That's what motherhood in Africa, Tanzania specifically, has taught me. It's okay to go slow. More than being okay, you're supposed to go slow. This fast mentality, that's a Western mentality, that you're always trying to hurry up and tell your children, hurry up, do this, hurry up, do that. That causes frustration and it discourages them. Versus if you encourage them, sing with them, dance with them, have fun. Don't put all that pressure on yourself. The Most High doesn't pressure you like that. And if you think he's pressuring you like that, I implore you to read Psalms 139 and read John 14 and John 15 and see what he's speaking to you in those passages. Because we've been taught so much in religion and ritualistic things that you have to have all this pressure and perfectionism, and that stuff does not yield any fruits, because it puts you in a stagnant place. Even as a mother, it puts you in a place where you're like, what can I do? I'm doing everything wrong. That's self-pity, and it's also a form of pride. when you sit here and say to yourself, I'm doing everything wrong, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's all wrong. Don't do that to yourself. It's a form of pride. It's still focused on self. Versus when you focus on the Most High and his worship and who he created you to be as a mother, because your divine gifts and talents, even as a mother, you have gifts that your children need. You have gifts that your husband needs. You have gifts that your household needs. If you're a writer, that means you can use that ministry to help your children, your household, and your husband. If you're an artist, if you're a dancer, if you're a worshiper, if you're a musician, if you're a painter, if you're good with math, if you're a cook and you love cooking, if you sew and you love sewing, whatever your gift and talent is, perfect that and live in it. And be free. Let your children be free. But you first have to release yourself from mental captivity and cut the chains of Western motherhood, because they complicate things and it doesn't need to be that complicated. Cut the chains from the people around you that aren't acting in his spirit, according to Galatians 5. Because the fruits of the Spirit are manifest. No matter how many times somebody may give you this Bible verse, give you that Bible verse, you need to test their fruits. You need to test the fruits to make sure what they're saying is legitimate. Whether it's a grandparent, whoever it is, because a lot of these people just don't understand that they've been indoctrinated. So they're not necessarily trying to harm you or indoctrinate you, but they're coming from these slave mentalities. And we're not doing slave mentalities anymore. I can tell you for a fact, being in Tanzania, motherhood looks so much different here than in the West. So much different. I live in a village. People aren't yelling, screaming. They're not stressed out all day. They're taking it slow. They're doing everything slowly. And they're enjoying their life. And they're worshiping. If something doesn't get done, and if it's not perfectly right, it's not the end of the world. Give yourself grace. Because only in giving yourself grace do you have the opportunity to give your children grace. So those are my lessons from being a mother in Tanzania. Now, I have a new book coming out soon called To Cleanse, going over my testimony and the things that I've learned from the Most High through being a mother of 5, through having natural births in Tanzania and what he's shown me. And so look forward to that. Keep an eye on this space. But if you're interested in biblical books for your children and identity-based books for your children, go ahead and check out the link in the description so you can view Wake Up Jacob, and you can view Dealing with Grief Through Yahuwah. That's another book I wrote when I first came into the truth and lost my father. So if you want more insights and things like that, check out those books and keep an eye on this space. Please share this video. I would love this if you share this video in a Facebook group of other Black moms. I would love that, so that I can connect with my folks. And you can be connected to me. Shalom, shalom.